Starting stream. What's going on, guys? Jake here, and today we're on the World Wrestling Show. You've joined us for Showstoppers, and I'm going to make sure Nathan's audio is on because I don't want any issues with the audio. But I think we're on. We are live here on the World Wrestling Show for Showstoppers. Saturday Showstoppers. Dang, it's hard to say. Saturday Showstoppers.
Saturday Showstoppers. Wow.
And this week we got a different setup. Nate's actually at his home right now, and I'm over
on
here.
My new setup. We both got new setups.
We both got new setups. Yeah, we both got some new fancy setups, guys.
Now we can do stuff like in high quality. We're not in the same room this time, so it's a little better.
Last time on episode 1, we had a little bit of an issue where we had some echoes, so that might have affected what some of y'all heard.
Yep.
I'm gonna go ahead and put this over here so I can see if anyone comments tonight. Let us know if there's any other issues on the show. You can always let us know in the comments. Let us know, and I'll be able to respond to you guys.
Yep.
So I'm setting that up right now over here. Just so you guys, I know this is episode 2, so you guys probably aren't familiar with who we are or what we do. This is the World Wrestling Show, where on Saturdays, me and my co-host Nate talk about WWE news, rumors, and predictions, whatever's going on latest this week. And so we're going to just go over some stuff that happened this week and different scenarios. I know it's called the World Wrestling Show, and I haven't evolved into just not WWE stuff. But right now, we're going to focus on just mainly WWE because that's where all the attention is going to be at.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to put most of our time there. But let's see. Where do I start? Let's see.
Where do you start, Jake?
I'm thinking, man, the Roman Reigns promo he cut this week. I don't know if you were able to catch that.
I saw it. It was.
You saw it?
I was like, wow. I was actually pretty impressed.
So you actually gotta watch the recap, right?
Yeah.
What happened?
I like how I don't know if that was scripted. I'm pretty sure it was, but just to let them go out there and say something like that, it was pretty cool. Kind of brings some realism into their storyline, and
right.
I think as the weeks go by, they're gonna really build that feud up. I think that's one of their big marketed matches for Wrestlemania.
That's for
especially
sure.
when Paul Heyman goes on the mic, he can really sell a match. So I'm
So,
looking forward to it. No, I'm not looking forward to the match per se because I've seen it before, but maybe they'll surprise us. I don't know.
Well, the big thing going into this whole, I wrote this down earlier tonight because I was thinking I thought this was a good way to start the show because a lot of people kind of were talking about his promo, and they said that it was another way of WWE or Vince McMahon trying to get him over, because they're saying apparently that this was all a work, and they went that far to have Brock Lesnar take a picture with Dana White, which I'm not sure if that's true, but they said that Brock Lesnar purposely didn't show up, or they actually purposely advertised him even though he wasn't going to be there, just so they can have Roman come out. Yeah, and a lot of people were upset, dude. They were talking about how this is just to get Roman over. He fooled a bunch of people, and I don't know. I kind of went on about this last week, and I was saying that maybe it was a work, but I still think it was entertaining. I mean, the fact that people are talking about it even still to this day, I guess even if it was a work, it worked for them, because
I was impressed
people are
because
talking
the guy when he first started talking on the mic, it wasn't very good, but for him to for them to maybe let him give him some free reign to cut some promos, because you can tell the promos he cut back then were stuff that they were writing for him.
Right, it sounded all scripted.
His promos
His
have
acting
gotten
was
better
bad.
though, they have.
They have,
but
yeah.
I've always liked when he's just he doesn't talk. He's just
That's true.
That's how I feel his character should be.
Just the big dog.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I don't know like why people are arguing. There's a lot of people arguing about this on Twitter. Some people defending him. I was kind of like defending Roman, but at the same time, I'm not a huge Roman supporter.
Yeah.
He's still not good in the ring to me. I mean, he's decent. He has this like few moves he does. He's getting, I guess, better.
I'm sure he
but,
could do more. It's just they limit his moveset, so they have
They
him
probably do.
do Superman punch, do like do a
Right?
spear or do that thing.
Yeah, damn it.
Yeah, basically.
Well, I don't know. I mean, like I said, I'm not a big supporter of him, but I thought that was a good way to start the feud. I mean, maybe it was a work, maybe it wasn't, but either way, it still has people talking about it. So I think that's a good step going into it. Is it gonna affect WrestleMania? Probably not. They're probably still gonna boo him like crazy, but at least it makes it more entertaining leading up to
They
it.
usually do boo.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were there live. I remember hearing the loudest boos ever.
Oh yeah, we were live for WrestleMania 32. We might have been all way up at the top,
Not
but
the greatest
still.
WrestleMania, but it was cool to be a part of.
Yeah, and a lot of that was due to I think injuries and
hmm
I mean Roman Reigns was booked for the main event. Yeah, that was kind of already booked ahead of time. But
I know we found out like this was a rumor like right before WrestleMania 33. Oh, Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar or the main event.
yeah,
And they had to build that up for a year, and
they built it up for a whole year.
it
I
was,
can't believe they did that, man. Like they had that planned. It was like booked and cemented
it was
already.
like set in stone.
Yeah, I don't remember them doing that except for like The Rock and Cena, but they
Mhm.
actually announced that. But for this, like, this was all speculation, and it ended up being true the whole way,
And I would always
all the
hear
way
rumors,
here.
oh, that's not true. They changing the plans, and I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
no, I don't think they are any. Like you kind of were
yep.
seeing like it's very predictable, like what they were doing. Like oh, they're having Roman like come close to winning the Royal Rumble, and then in the Elimination
hmm
Chamber, you have Strowman will eliminate almost everybody, and
Yeah,
then
he
Roman
made
eliminates him. I was like,
that was pretty intense.
it was, but it was like I felt like it shouldn't have been necessary for Braun to like eliminate almost
Yeah,
everybody but Roman. Like, come on.
one power slam and done.
Yeah,
That was for everyone.
that was kind of
That
reminded me of Survivor Series where he eliminated like half the
that's
SmackDown
true.
team,
Yep.
and then
Yeah, they built him up, man, just for Brock and Roman, like you said.
just for him to
Um,
get, which is bad because I think he's really good. Like
he
there's a
is,
lot,
yeah, he's over.
but yet I'm pretty sure he's gonna become Universal Champ at some point. Unless he gets
Yeah,
moved to SmackDown, which I don't think they would, because he's too big on Raw.
that is true. That's a good point though. Like I mean, there is a draft coming up soon. That would be interesting if they did have him go to SmackDown.
Yeah.
But I don't think they, or not a draft, a shakeup, whatever they want to call
Who do
it.
you think's gonna go to Raw and SmackDown?
But oh man, I would imagine for sure Finn Balor to SmackDown maybe, or Seth Rollins. They gotta
AJ
have a big
Styles to
top
Raw,
name.
because he's
AJ
been on
Styles, which he
SmackDown
would.
for like 2 years already.
Yeah, I imagine him
I
going
want to
Raw.
say
Um,
maybe the Usos to Raw.
the Usos, yeah, I could see that. Then they would have to switch a tag team to SmackDown probably for them.
Sheamus and Cesaro maybe.
Sheamus and Cesaro, they would actually probably be a good SmackDown team.
SmackDown
I
really
could see
needs it,
that.
man. Like
Yeah, SmackDown needs it. They're I don't know what is with SmackDown nowadays. They're bad in the tag team. I mean, even the women's division, they have the same 6 women tag team match every week.
make Kevin Owens and
Um,
Sami Zayn a tag team. Like might as well.
yeah,
Cause
they might as well. But don't you get like a Jericho Owens feel with them? Like they're kind of like the same kind of storyline where they're best friends.
or
And
it's
then,
like Edge and Christian. And I like
yeah,
that.
kind of
It's
the
like Owens is
Canadians.
Edge, and Jericho, or not Jericho, Sami Zayn's Christian. That's what Sami Zayn kind of reminds me of.
It kind of does, yeah. I get that same feeling. Um, let's see, what else was there that okay, another big thing that happened, and this kind of went like real quick. This came out of nowhere. I think it was the day after Raw, or no, the day after SmackDown, or the day of SmackDown, where they had this rumor going on that Rey Mysterio was backstage
Oh, I heard
at
about that.
SmackDown. But man, this got debunked fast. Like he actually wasn't there, is what they're saying. Dave Meltzer apparently tweeted about that, saying that he wasn't there. The latest I've heard is that he's supposed to have a meeting scheduled with Triple H soon to talk about WWE and possibly coming back. But the whole John Cena Rey Mysterio thing, I don't think that was true.
I think
It was just so
I mean,
random.
it would be. I think people would like that, but I feel like everyone wants him and the Undertaker if the Undertaker comes back.
Yeah, I was on like Instagram and Twitter seeing a bunch of people comment on this, and a lot of people were actually kind of, there were some people going towards the Cena versus Mysterio match because
Yeah,
everyone keeps calling Undertaker old, and he can't hold up with anyone, and I don't. They're saying that Rey Mysterio would be quicker and more interesting.
yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, that rumor got debunked pretty quick. I say, like, I don't think they're gonna rush him for WrestleMania. I wouldn't imagine, because it seems pretty booked already for everything. I think they're gonna hold him off till after WrestleMania or something.
Yeah, that's my cat.
I could imagine something like that. You got a cat in the
Yeah.
let me see what else we got going on. We got apparently the WWE's contract with the, well, not apparently, but the WWE's contract is going to expire September 30th, 2019. So they're kind of preparing for a new offer with Fox apparently,
Ooh.
because they actually had a bunch of people from the Fox network appear at a WWE, I think it was WWE Monday Night Raw and SmackDown. Well, it was one of them where they appeared in the front row, and they had a bunch of their people from Fox there. So it's seeming a little suspicious that WWE is working with Fox coming in the future.
So I have to watch it on Fox. I don't mind that.
Yeah, and they'd get a lot more audience because Fox is a basic channel, so you don't exactly need cable to watch Fox.
I got the
You could
Simpsons.
yeah, I mean, it's such a huge, like, they say the audience would grow like huge. Like, they get about 2 million to 3 million views a week on Monday Night Raw, just for example. And I think it was Monday Night Football or Thursday Night Football on Fox that got like 13 million views for being on Fox. So we're looking at WWE getting like a huge increase in views if they go to Fox. So I don't see why they wouldn't want to make that deal,
And they would keep it on Hulu too, so.
Yeah,
Because
I'm
Hulu's
sure they would.
pretty much kind of partner with Fox, so.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's true. So I could definitely see them doing that.
That's because
I mean,
Disney owns part of Fox too.
yeah, hopefully that's not the next step. I don't know. I see it hopefully now, but I just don't know. Like, if Disney was to buy WWE, would that mean like they're gonna bring in writers that like don't know anything about wrestling or whatever?
Of course, they're gonna keep it like family rated and stuff. Like,
Yeah, and that's another thing, man. Say goodbye to any blood and anything, because
I don't think
that's
so.
definitely.
I think Vince wouldn't let that happen.
Yeah, I hope not.
I don't
mean,
think Vince.
I don't know.
I think Vince is like, Vince built this and just. I don't think he's gonna be like, oh, here you go. I built this whole thing and then just to sell it to somebody that doesn't
Yeah,
know the business. Like,
That's
it's
true.
gonna eventually, like, Triple H and Stephanie are gonna take over for sure.
I hope so, because I mean, if Triple H continues to do what he's doing for NXT and 205 Live and everything, then it looks like there's a bright future for WWE. Hopefully.
Definitely.
What else? Another thing, Undertaker. This is. I just read this earlier today. This is pretty cool. I thought this was cool. Undertaker attended Glenn Jacobs for Rally for Mayor campaign. So he was actually over there, like, with him. So I guess that shows how close these two are.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they weren't just on screen together. These guys
The
actually have like a
Kayfabe
bond.
brothers.
Yeah. Dude, you know how many times I was asked, like, from non-wrestling fans, are Undertaker and Kane actually brothers?
I know, I've been asked that too. It's like, no. Were Edge and Vicky Guerrero really married? No.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, he attended his
Jason
rally.
Jordan really Kurt Angle's son?
Oh, dude,
No.
that's a new one right there. Yeah. No, he's not. Just so you know, he's
Obvious.
not the same skin tone. Yeah, anyways, he attended this Undertaker attended Kane or Glenn Jacobs rally for mayor as he's running for mayor. He attended that rally or whatever, and there was apparently people coming up to the Undertaker and asking him, are you coming back for WrestleMania? And he kind of just no-sold it and told him, don't keep your eyes open for that or something, like, don't hold your breath because it might not, but again, I mean, you don't expect Undertaker to actually say, yeah, I'm going to be at WrestleMania.
We were like with Ronda Rousey. She's like, oh, I'm going to be filming. I'm not going to be at the Royal Rumble.
Oh,
and then
yeah,
she
yeah.
comes out of the Royal Rumble.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you would expect him to no sell it, so.
Yeah.
I mean,
Of course, WWE
that's
doesn't
a
want
little
that to
thing.
slip out. Like, oh, no.
Yeah.
No, damn it.
That'd
Why'd
be
you
a
tell
interesting-
him?
Yeah. Kayfabe, man. Actually, Vince, I don't know. I feel like he does kind of care for kayfabe, but at the same time he doesn't. Because I mean, he took off what was it? Not Raw Talk, but SmackDown or something, whatever it was called.
Oh yeah,
Talking Smack.
Oh man, that was good. It's like
it was good, but apparently Vince didn't like it.
SmackDown was getting all the fame and glory, and then they're like, oh, what about my Raw? It's losing ratings, and then SmackDown's losing ratings because they're boring storylines. Like the only thing that's keeping them going is like AJ Styles and select few.
Oh crap! I'm moving stuff over here. But yeah, I just wrote that down because I thought that was kind of interesting how the Undertaker had attended, and kind of shows how these two are really close.
You know what else Vince don't like? One fall.
What is it? Oh, one fall. Is that what it is? It's yeah, one fall.
This match is scheduled for one fall, and then the whole crowd one fall. Vince.
They still say it though, right? But they like kind of go over it real quick sometimes. I've noticed. This match is scheduled for one fall in the first. Yeah, they just kind of go. Introducing first.
Because Vince apparently hated that.
Yeah, why though? Like, was the crowd too over or something?
I hate that. Damn it.
He just didn't like it. I don't know. I don't understand that.
I liked it.
There's something. Yeah, right. I don't understand. What's the deal with that?
Why, Vince? Why?
Yeah, we don't understand. There's a lot of things I don't understand about Vince. There's a lot of things that like I kind of want to know. Like, are these true? You know, is Vince like actually thinking these things, or are these just all like rumors and speculation?
Maybe it's him and a few others.
Yeah, you would think so. Another thing that came up was Australia is gonna host a WWE event that's gonna have 100,000 seats.
Ooh.
And it's might break the record of WrestleMania 32. But the problem is it's not going to be a WrestleMania, so I'm not sure how they're gonna fill that many seats. They say it's going to be. Let me read it. It says. It had previously been reported that the 10th largest stadium in the world, Australia's MCG, also known as Melbourne Cricket Ground, was looking to host more big events, with WWE interested in going down under for a pay-per-view. Major Australian newspaper, the Herald Sun, have now reported that the WWE has partnered up with Visit Victoria to put on a show in October, 1 week after the AFL Grand Final, which takes place on September 29th, with the official announcement expected to be made at WrestleMania 34. On April 8th. The report also states it would be a pay-per-view event with many of WWE's big names. It is weird. This is the weird part. It says that there would be big names such as John Cena, which makes sense. The Undertaker, we haven't even seen him return. I don't know if that's a spoiler. And Rey Mysterio, we don't even know if he's coming back. The newspaper also comments that the event would generate more than $100 million for the state's economy and would create 900 jobs for, I guess, Australia.
Interesting.
But, interesting, right? 100,000 seats. Can they sell out 100,000 seats for not a show that isn't WrestleMania?
I don't know. Where's it gonna be at again?
It's going to be in, I believe, what is it, Melbourne, Australia? Yeah, I think it's Melbourne, Australia. The MCG, Melbourne Cricket Ground.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know.
Maybe.
Huge stadium.
But if it's not a Mania, then I don't feel like.
Yeah.
It would sell out. Excuse me.
Like, what pay-per-view? Okay, we know it can't be SummerSlam. That's already booked for what? Brooklyn again? Survivor Series California. I mean, we're talking about the top 4 already being almost taken. The Royal Rumble, is it taken? I'm not too sure. It is, right?
I forgot where next year's Royal Rumble is gonna be.
I don't know if they've announced that.
No, I don't think they have.
They might not have. So if that could be the only pay-per-view, maybe that would make sense with the 100,000, sort of. I mean,
I feel like they did. I just can't remember if they announced the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, I feel like they did too. I know they did last year like that. Yeah, go ahead.
The 2019 Royal Rumble.
That'd be crazy, man. Like, I feel like this is gonna be a huge like fail of the WWE, and they're gonna end up just kind of covering up so many seats with tarp and everything.
Yeah.
Because what superstars over right now? I mean, I know there's a couple superstars that are over, but
it's in Phoenix, Arizona. Royal Rumble.
Oh, okay, Phoenix, Arizona. Okay, so all the 4 big pay-per-views are already taken. I don't think they're gonna change any of those. They've already came out and announced all of them.
Isn't Money in the Bank a big pay-per-view too?
Money in the Bank's pretty big. Yeah, that could be a possibility. Now
with all these brands like gonna be on the same pay-per-view, I guess it makes sense.
That's true. But man, just to imagine, like, they can't even sell out an Elimination Chamber with Ronda Rousey on it, can they actually do 100,000? I mean, we're talking about the biggest record in WWE they could break. You know, they're gonna have to pull a lot of shit out of their ass. Like Vince is gonna have to pull. He's gonna bring out all the part timers. That's probably Vince's way of going about it. Yeah. Instead of building up talent, he's gonna just bring a bunch of part timers in.
That's bad.
You're gonna see like all these old
guys. You have no faith in your own talent. I mean, I guess I understand, but damn, like, if you want these guys to like, if you want them to be recognized and sell out, just like you gotta book them the right way for like the way they did Strowman. Like I feel like he deserves to be in the main event, like instead of Lesnar.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. He should.
Because to be honest with you, I've been kind of bored with Lesnar's matches. Like, I used to always look forward to them just to see what he was doing, but like now it's just this very repetitive, like his moveset. It's like, oh.
What is it? Eat, sleep, conquer, repeat? Is that what it is?
It's like
or
suplex. I forgot what other.
I already forgot. See, this is what happens when he's a part timer. Everyone forgets his catch.
Pin, repeat, and don't show up for another like 3 months.
And don't show.
And build up his next feud, and then we all know that he's just gonna win again with one F5. And we all know Roman's gonna kick out of the F5 like 10 times, and then you know.
Wait. You know what just like hit me though? It's like, okay, so let's imagine they do this thing in Australia, and it is a WWE pay-per-view. What is the time difference between America and Australia? Because like this could be a pay-per-view that's like starting in the middle of the night or like during the day for America. I don't know what the time difference is, but
it could be like Jericho and Omega.
Yeah, man, it would be weird. Is that really gonna?
You have to watch the pay-per-view at 4 in the morning.
All right.
Nah, I can't.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, if it was a WWE,
remember the Beast in the East?
The Beast in the East. Did that even do good? Was it the Madison Square Garden?
Japan, I remember.
Oh, no, that was Japan. Yeah, the Beast in the East. I don't know why I was thinking Madison Square.
I remember I had to wait. I think I saw it, like, I think it started, like, at 6 in the morning, like, and I wasn't even awake.
Who did Brock face? Wasn't it, like, Sheamus? Or was it, like, Kofi Kingston or something?
Yeah, it was Kofi Kingston.
Kofi Kingston. That was their main event match right there or something?
And then they had
Kofi had a chance.
Finn Balor and Kevin Owens for the NXT title.
Oh, okay.
Which was pretty good. Probably the best match of the night.
Yeah.
And he won it too. I was like, wow. That's when they were still in NXT.
They had to put someone over.
So
I don't know how they're gonna go about that. Just some little things that they are recently in WWE. They had Rich Swann that was spotted backstage at Lucha Underground, so he might be going to Lucha Underground. We have the Big Show's contract has officially expired, but he did post on Instagram, I think, that like he was in the gym again, getting ready for that comeback, getting ready for that next heel turn or face turn, who knows.
He's gonna come back like how Kane came back, get a big push, and then
that was another one. Yeah, actually, Kane came back at tonight's live event, I believe. He returned. I think it was tonight, and he went against Braun Strowman, and Braun Strowman beat him in like 8 minutes. But I don't know. He just came back for that one live event. I don't know if he's coming back to Raw or not. Could you imagine that? Like they have Kane, they have like Braun, like, and if he wins, he goes to the Intercontinental match with Finn Balor and the Seth Rollins. But then like Kane interrupts and costs him the match, and then you have Kane versus Strowman at WrestleMania for the third time.
I feel like they should have the Fatal 4-Way with Rollins.
Yeah, they really should. Yeah.
Maybe Balor will come out as the Demon. I'm pretty sure he should, like, because, like, that's WrestleMania. You gotta have a cool entrance.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
He all comes out with, like, what he usually comes out with.
Right. Yeah, I mean, we're thinking Mania, man. He should do like you said, he's undefeated with that gimmick, and I don't know. I imagine The Miz is gonna win.
Nah, I mean, I feel like The Miz isn't gonna win. I mean, we'll eventually get into our predictions for maybe the night like of Takeover.
Right. We'll get into. I mean, we can still talk early prediction because I mean, there's gonna be a huge. We're like 3 weeks from now. So like, we could mention some early prediction. I think that's all right. The reason I think The Miz might win is because like on Raw they had him talk about I know there's been, well, first off, there's been a lot of rumors that the Miz, Vince is liking the Miz more and more now. That he's gonna get a huge push.
I feel like he should like drop the IC title and maybe like feud with Roman for the Universal title, because we all know Roman's gonna win.
That's true. That could happen.
Because
that could really happen.
Like, I think Brock's just long overdue at this point. Like back then, it was like, oh, you know, like we can't, because we always wanted Brock to be in all these matches, but like now that we see how he wrestles, like just you can tell he just doesn't care anymore.
I think the Miz came out also and he said that there was like a certain amount of days that he would be the longest reigning Intercontinental title holder of all time. Not like one title reign, but like with all his title reigns combined. Said he was like 46 days or something like that. He said that on Raw, that he was like 46 days away from being the longest reigning title holder for the Intercontinental title. And that thing about that is it just goes a little bit over WrestleMania. It's like a week or two after WrestleMania. So like, I don't know, like, you know, is the Miz gonna finally have a moment? Because, you know, Seth's not gonna win the title, or I don't know if he is, but I wouldn't imagine, because he's probably gonna feud with Roman after.
I heard about that. Is he gonna turn heel? No.
That's the question, you know. I mean, they're not gonna turn Roman heel, right? You don't. How many times have we thought that was gonna happen?
Like, it's like turning John Cena heel. It ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, exactly.
John Cena can't be heel because it's like.
Yeah, he can't.
He just can't, like. It won't.
Especially now.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple years ago he could have, I think, still, but today it's like, I don't know. You know, he's the face. You know, he's still kind of, in a way. I know he's still making movies and stuff, but you know, he still comes to WWE, and the shows that he's on, they still get a lot more viewership.
He's probably expensive now.
Yeah, he really probably is.
Because like that's because when I'm pretty sure Vince still likes him around. You know, obviously.
You know, I don't know what it was. It might have been a Twitter post or maybe like a WWE.com video that I saw one time, and like somebody had, it was actually nothing to do with WWE. It was John Cena, like it was on YouTube. It was like John Cena tweets to fans like with a fake account or something, and somebody was like, John Cena must get paid the most in WWE or something like that. And he kind of like answered in a sarcastic way. He was like, yeah, I shouldn't I? But I don't. And I guess he was kind of like hinting at Brock Lesnar, because I think he's the only one above him. Or
that's why he's part-time, because he's so expensive. Like, he gets paid the most, which I feel like is unfair, because, you know, like, I like how they had Roman point that out. Like, like, why should he get treated like special compared to like all the other ones that are always there working the house shows? You know, away from their families, and you know.
It's true though. It is really true. Let's see what else we got here. A little plan. Apparently, plans for the mixed match challenge have been changed. They said that the last, I guess, the final match for the mixed match challenge would have been Strowman and Bliss versus Asuka and The Miz, but apparently they changed that because since Alexa Bliss and Asuka are supposed to have a match at WrestleMania, they don't want to kind of give that away soon. So apparently they're going to have Charlotte Flair now and Bobby Roode versus Asuka and The Miz as the final.
It wouldn't take nothing away from Bliss, because it's like a champion pinning another champion or something.
It really wouldn't. And I don't even know if like this whole mixed match challenge is really that like exciting for anyone anymore. Like, I mean, it's not like talked about that much. And it seems like whatever happens on there stays on that show, you know, because like, we never see it kind of. It's like it's its own thing where they kind of almost break kayfabe over there in a somewhat.
Yeah.
So that's just a little thing. I didn't think that really mattered too much. We also got Sasha Banks came out recently saying on an interview, and she was kind of brave, I guess, in this interview, because she had mentioned that recently she's been being more bold when it comes to speaking with Vince McMahon backstage. She says, quote, "You have this more comfortable feeling of, okay, you work for the boss, you work for the man, a legend, Vince McMahon, but hey, you're the legit boss, so you better go throughout the door. You better go through that door, tell him what you'd like to do and what you'd like to have." So she's kind of like saying that she's kind of trying to stick up for herself, because lately, you know, she hasn't been booked the way she wants to be.
Yeah.
She's also said in the past that she sometimes like comes to Monday Night Raw, like nobody knows what's gonna happen on Raw. Like they don't find out until the day they show up and they hand them a script and say, "Hey, this is what you're doing on Monday Night Raw." So, she's been very upset, I think, lately. So
And
apparently
rightfully
she's starting to
so.
stick up. I would think so. Yeah, she deserves more, I think, and especially every time she won, dude, that was like the biggest sign of, I think, disrespect. I don't know what she did backstage or what. Maybe there's some heat on her, but
People
the
still
fact
give
that she
her
would
shit
win,
about like injuring Paige on accident.
yeah, yeah, exactly. That messed her up too. But even before that, like they were. I mean, she was losing the title every time she won it a week after. I don't think she's held the title for longer than what, a month or
She's
something.
never won it on a pay-per-view, I don't think. Has she?
Oh, oh yeah, she wait, did she? Yeah, she won at SummerSlam against Bliss. She took the title off her and then she lost
We don't want to talk
the
about
next
that
night on Raw.
SummerSlam.
Yeah, and yeah, oh yeah, this SummerSlam was terrible. You didn't even watch it live, did you?
No, but yeah, I remember you
Yeah,
telling me you were like, oh,
yeah.
no.
I think it started off pretty good too, man. I was like, oh, this SummerSlam's gonna be pretty good. And then
Compared
as
to
the
the
show
one
goes on,
before, it was actually bad. Because
it was
last,
terrible.
was it 2016 SummerSlam? It was the first brand split pay-per-view.
That's right.
So
Yeah.
it was actually pretty interesting to see, like,
Mhm.
but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Hopefully WrestleMania is good.
Yeah. So, mm, I know, what was I gonna bring up? Oh yeah, okay. So with the whole relating about Sasha Banks, kind of on the Vince McMahon topic, um, I was listening recently back to the Stone Cold podcast where he was on that the show on the network. It was like a special. I think it was like 2-3 years ago, maybe, or a year ago. No, it
Really?
was like 2 or 3 years ago. But yeah, Vince McMahon stated like that a lot of superstars today aren't ambitious enough. So I feel like Sasha sticking up for herself like that and actually speaking to Vince more often kind of might be a good thing for her, because I think that's what Vince wants. I feel like Vince wants superstars to come up to him, and he, like, I mean, Stone Cold Steve Austin back in his day, he wasn't easy to work with, as he stated.
Yeah.
If he didn't like his booking, he'd tell Vince. And I think that's what Vince wants, is like because they stated in the podcast like that like, I don't know, like he wants people, if they disagree with him, don't be afraid to screw up, don't be afraid to stick up for yourself, uh and that sort of thing. So I think this is actually a good thing, and that's what I thought about when I heard all the whole like Sasha Banks sticking up for herself and whatnot.
I remember
So it
Stone
could
Cold.
it
That
could
was
help her.
back then the reason he quit. I think is because they wanted him to lose to Brock Lesnar when he didn't want to do that.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
remember hearing about
yeah.
that?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I remember. I actually watched this recently too, where like it was so weird because I was recapping like 2002 Raw, and you see where, dude, Stone Cold Steve Austin's like over, and then they have Brock Lesnar coming on every week. He's destroying like, I think it was Bubba Ray Dudley, and then Stone Cold Steve Austin's so over. I don't know, and he just walked out. And then they brought up that like the next night they actually had Vince McMahon come out and talk about how Stone Cold Steve Austin walked out.
Mm.
And they really took that as a
What year was
storyline. But
this? I don't remember.
I think it was 2002. I think. Yeah, because I was watching this on the
And he
network
came
recently.
back too, right?
He came back. Yeah, he actually said on the same podcast I was talking about, where he was on with Vince, that he regretted uh, that he regretted leaving, I guess. Um, he just didn't want to put Brock over at the time. He saw a guy coming in that he didn't think was the next big superstar. He didn't believe in Brock at the time.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. What else is there? Let's see. I wrote some other stuff. We went through that. Little interesting.
Not you.
Uh,
Tell my
Mick
dog speak.
Mick Mick Foley and Jeff Hardy, they agreed to donate their brains towards chronic traumatic encephalopathy research after their death, so that scientists can study the effects of repetitive impacts to the heads of wrestlers. Jeff Hardy talked about doing whatever it takes to be a part of that. He mentioned that he was around for when share shots to the head were legal, and that luckily he only had 3 known concussions in his wrestling career. 2 other names, Kevin Nash and RVD, are also donating their brains to,
I remember
I
seeing
guess,
stuff like that. It's like,
science.
dang, they could take a chair shot to the head.
Yeah, man, it was brutal
Eddie
back
Guerrero,
then.
ooh.
Yeah,
JBL hit him really hard in the head with the chair.
Yeah, Mick Foley tells a story, man, about when that match he had. I think it was like a I Quit match with The Rock back then, um, where he never actually quit, and The Rock kind of had a voiceover say it, but The Rock hit Mick Foley over the head like 6 times with the steel chair, like really hard, and he says he's never watched it back. I think that's what he says, but he said that like when he talked to his kids, they were like really scared because he took it too far, like he was really getting hit in the head so hard that it was like brain damaging.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. So it's gonna be interesting to see these wrestlers come back with these results. I'm pretty sure it's not gonna be that good because they've been hit in the head so many times. You saw Chris Benoit, how that whole situation worked out.
Mm-hmm.
They said his brain was like, man, the brain of an 80-year-old sort of with Alzheimer's or something.
He always used to do those flying headbutts.
Yeah. He was around for the share shots.
That probably didn't help probably didn't help at all.
Yeah. That was gonna be kind of interesting. I'm trying to think what else is going on. I know Roman Reigns, the steroid allegation thing. There's this guy who's still coming out about it. He still hasn't released evidence, so people are kind of questioning. He says that he's been working on it and that's supposed to release soon. It sounds a little fishy, but he says he's going to release all the names of the WWE superstars that he was selling drugs to or steroids to or whatever, enhancements. So still waiting for that to come out. I don't know if it's just this guy trying to get attention.
I feel like it is, yeah.
It could be, yeah.
I don't feel like, I don't know, Roman would be pretty dumb to like do something like that. No, like being where he's at now in the business, like how much of a push he's getting. I'm pretty sure he's getting paid pretty good now.
And the thing with Roman, like if he is taking steroids, man, he's not taking enough because he doesn't even look that like huge. He doesn't look like he's jacked like Brock Lesnar back then.
Because remember when we saw him up close, that dude's pretty big.
Yeah, but he seems like a natural big. Like he doesn't seem like a Brock Lesnar back in 2002 big and like, I don't know, all veined up and everything.
Yeah.
And maybe, I don't know, but
he's like one of the few wrestlers I've seen close up. We met Edge that one time. That's pretty cool. You got a picture? Nah, right.
Was that Adam Copeland?
Yeah. And we saw Corey Graves downtown Houston.
Corey Graves. Yeah, we did see Corey Graves. We seen a couple people. We saw kind of like Samoa Joe close up when he was at NXT Takeover.
Yeah.
There's a couple other people we saw. But so I don't know if this guy's just trying to get attention or not. What's the deal with that? What else is there? I mean, I kind of gone through all my notes. I didn't think there was gonna be that much. There hasn't been that much going on. Just WrestleMania talk has been going around.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about Fastlane. It seems like.
Get that pay-per-view out of here.
All right, it's just a little speed bump.
It's just like it's just a road on the way to WrestleMania.
Yeah, I mean that's what it is. What do you think about Cena joining the fray of whatever that is, a 6-man?
I think they're just building it to like he loses again, and then like he's gonna come either on Raw or SmackDown and be like, oh, I don't have no opponent for WrestleMania, and then, hopefully maybe, I don't know.
And then they both point at the sign, and that's it.
Unless you just hear Rey Mysterio's theme song.
6-1. It's a triple threat, damn it.
Then all these guys just start coming out.
Oh shit! All these part-timers.
Right. Oh,
I actually heard that though. I actually heard that Rey Mysterio might be a part-timer, dude. So there goes another part-timer coming to WWE possibly.
Randy Orton too.
Randy Orton's eventually gonna jump part-time. That's right. I don't know what else there is.
Yeah, I'm looking at the rumors, and it's like we've pretty much
gone through it all. Right?
There's rumors of the week.
So do you have any predictions or like anything like, I don't know, what do you think? Did you catch up on Raw and SmackDown? Is there anything you didn't like? 'Cause I didn't.
I don't like the Titus Worldwide thing. I feel like Apollo can do better. Like I feel like they can do better with him. I mean, maybe not now because it's kind of long overdue. I don't like how they build Braun Strowman up. Only to lose the way he loses to guys like Lesnar and and Roman Reigns. Like those, literally the only two guys that beat him. Not even Cena's
So what do you,
gotten a pin on him. He hit the
I know.
AA on him.
So what do you think Strowman is gonna be put, like Strowman and Elias? They're both two of the most over superstars on Raw, and what do you think they're gonna do with them come Mania? Because they're the only two that seem like questionable. You know, like what are they gonna do with them?
Either in the IC title match or Andre the Giant Memorial Battle.
Oh crap!
I feel like
Not
Rusev
that.
Day is gonna be in that.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right about that.
Sadly,
I don't.
I don't know why
But
they
then
have it. I
again,
mean, I understand it's a pay tribute to Andre, but like,
yeah.
it's like, come on,
But is it really?
you just throw a bunch of jobbers in there on the pre-show just so they can have a spot in the.
Right, just to have a trophy and hold it for the next few weeks, and then just throw it off TV for a while.
Mojo Rawley won it, and look what happened.
Right. Well, yeah, Mojo Rawley, Cesaro, Baron Corbin,
Rob Gronkowski's
the
gonna be
Big
in it
Show.
again.
He's gonna win it.
Just a bunch of random people are gonna be in it.
Right. Someone from the New Orleans Saints, because they're in New Orleans.
Right. He's gonna do a power drive.
And botch it, right? Yeah. I would love to see something like
Yeah.
that. There's always a huge botch at WrestleMania.
He's gonna do NWA type thing, like where they say they can't play that song. It's kind of like one of those things. Remember that? F the police.
Oh yeah. They kind of like limit them to
Mm-hmm.
what they can do.
We NWA. All right.
do it
NWO.
anyways.
All right. We're WWE.
Oh crap.
What if they
I think
banned
I've
like
gone.
the F5 or something? Can't.
If they ban the
Or the
F5,
suplex.
the suplex,
What's he-
damn, what the hell Brock's gonna do?
He's gonna
Can't do
it.
anything else.
He's just gonna like punch him or something.
Right, they're just gonna start the match with an F5, and that's it.
Right. They might.
That's the interesting thing. Like, remember when Brock left? I don't know if Brock's unhappy with the company. I don't know about that right now. But
He should.
when he
He's
left,
making a hell of a lot of money.
yeah, he shouldn't. Yeah, but if I mean, the rumors is he's going to UFC, so I wouldn't doubt it that he is gonna go to UFC after. I mean, he has a couple of weeks right after Mania, I think still, but or
like,
a week. I don't know.
Didn't he like a few years ago say he's done with UFC?
He did, yeah, and then like all of a sudden,
Oh wow!
he's talking.
He's like he was in that fight with, forgot his name. Well, who? He had like a one-time UFC fight with somebody.
Yeah, man, I forget his name. I know who you're talking about though. He was a guy he fought, and then like the guy was salty that he lost, so he came out saying that Brock Lesnar was on steroids and stuff like that. But yeah, and then he had that one. I forgot about that whole thing. He was still signed to WWE at that time too.
He probably gets a lot of heat in UFC because he's in wrestling.
I'm sure he does. Yeah.
A lot of people call him fake.
He brings
and
an
stuff.
audience though. At least he brings an audience though to the UFC. He kind of goes back and forth.
I heard rumors saying like Brock might leave, but Paul might stay for Ronda Rousey.
I could see that.
I feel like it would
Yeah.
help her because she's not very good on the mic.
Mhm.
I mean, she tries, and it's just I feel bad because it's like, man.
I just, if anyone can do that, it's Paul Heyman. But the one thing I'm thinking, like, even if it's Paul Heyman, is the crowd going to turn on this? Because it's almost like a copy and paste thing where, like, it's almost like a sequel to a movie. No one ever likes the sequels. They're usually pretty bad.
Or it's like
There's
a
few movies
spin-off
out there.
movie, but like without the like, with
Exactly.
Brock, without Brock Lesnar. It's just Paul
It's
Heyman.
Ronda,
It's like a
yeah.
Paul Heyman spin-off movie of Brock Lesnar's movie.
Paul Heyman, the spin-off movie.
Right.
Ronda Rousey. So, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if the fans are going to turn on her. I keep thinking bad things about Ronda Rousey, but
Yeah,
I mean,
I kind of
hopefully
know.
things
I
go
kind
well.
of have a bad feeling, but like maybe she'll do something that's like, whoa, like what the hell? I didn't expect that.
It just flashed to me what happened on Monday Night Raw with that shot Kurt Angle sold.
Yeah.
How about that shot?
Oh my god, I just
That was terrible.
that was
dude.
cringe. I'm sorry that was.
It was terrible.
It was just like,
I don't know what Triple H was thinking. Yeah, I mean, is he gonna be in a WrestleMania match, but he doesn't even want to touch him?
right.
Like,
I feel like
it's
he
Kurt
could take a
Angle.
punch at his age. Like,
He should be able to. He looks fine. I mean, he's not the greatest, but I mean, he wrestled at Survivor Series, right? Or was it Survivor? No, it wasn't Survivor. TLC.
when I saw
Uh,
that punch,
something like
I just laughed because it was like,
It was terrible for Triple H to do something like that. I don't know.
I,
Was it Kurt's spot? Did he not sell it? I don't
I
know.
bet you were laughing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I was cracking up, man. And that's the way you end the show. Like, okay, that's our end of the show. He hit him, and now he walks out.
I know. He walks out all fast, like he's like Kurt's gonna
Yeah.
get up and beat him up.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah.
Are they
And then
building
you have
that for
Ronda
like a
Rousey.
mixed tag
It
match?
has to be. I think so.
That's what
I think
what
so.
it's
Yeah.
looking like. And
Yep.
they're probably gonna go over Kurt and Ronda.
You think so? What if Triple H wins again? Like he won on Sting. Remember?
Yeah, but
I doubt it.
I feel like they're gonna try to do something where Kurt like has has him in the ankle lock, and then like they have Stephanie and like Ronda has Stephanie like in a submission move, and
Yeah.
they both tap out, and that's how the match ends. That's how I see it happening.
It's gonna start off with Kurt. He's gonna sell another punch like that, and he's gonna be on the ground for like a long time. They're gonna pull out the stretcher, and they're gonna have him take him to the back, just like TLC, and then he's gonna come running back to the ring down that long entrance.
But you notice when he got put through that table, Braun like kind of like protected like his body. Like he did it.
Huh.
He did it a good way because the guy's so big and Kurt's small compared to him. He
Yeah.
kind of did something that like made it not hurt so much, I guess.
Right.
But what about
Yeah,
Daniel
well.
Bryan, man? I know he wants to be in the ring. You can tell
Dude,
on
what
his
the hell?
face.
You can tell, man. You really can.
He's like,
And
I don't
know
want to
what
be
they're
the
doing.
general manager of SmackDown Live.
He doesn't give a shit. They could tell on his face, like he doesn't care for
He's
that.
just
He wants to
doing-
be in the ring.
But like, I don't feel like they're never gonna clear him, man. WWE.
I don't think they are. Yep. I forget when his contract expires. I think it's like later this year.
They're trying to give him all
But-
the heel heat before he leaves.
They are. They really are.
It's not
And they're
working.
trying to make him boring.
It is
It's
kind of
just
working
not.
because I was like, Daniel Bryan's like one of the guys. I even bought his book, man. I bought his book.
Yeah. The yes something.
Yeah.
Right? I forget.
That was the best WrestleMania ever. Like, and that
Yep.
sad that wasn't their plan for him. What was this match gonna be with Sheamus? That's what they're gonna.
It was. That's right. Actually, yeah. It was gonna be Sheamus.
To have
Dang,
him
that would've
like
been terrible.
build like that was like one of the greatest like storylines I think. Just to have him lose like to the Authority all the time and then to finally like win at WrestleMania, that was pretty cool.
It was huge. Yeah. With all the pyro. Man, pyro.
And
I'm
then
gonna miss it if
he
it's
had
not at
to-
WrestleMania.
Then he had to, of course, sadly he got injured. Came back for a little bit, got injured again, and then he had like he had the IC title, but everyone
IC
wanted him
title.
to have the other title. This Vince is all
Oh, yeah,
so your
yeah.
little fans want to see you with a title.
Right. Damn it. Yeah, I remember that. And then he got injured again. That was it for him, right? He had to come out and announce his retirement. I remember you telling me that. You were like, they announced this on the WWE notification or something.
I was like,
It came out.
damn.
Oh, just random.
That was
It
pretty
was
sad.
pretty crazy.
But I was like,
That was
no. He's.
It was that Edge moment all over again, man.
hmm But like, yeah, I don't think they're gonna clear him. Be honest with you, that'd be cool,
I
but
don't think he will.
they don't. It seems like they don't. I think Vince. I think they said that Vince said it's up to the doctors, but like the doctors don't want to.
That's pretty crazy, man. And Daniel Bryan's a manager, and he's still more over than a lot of people on the roster.
His feud with the Miz, that was pretty cool. Like if they were to build that for a match,
It was, yeah.
because remember he
That would've
was
been
like,
big.
if they would let me come back, I would come back, and then Miz just went off on him.
Yeah. So then what the hell are they doing with Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon right now then? Because they have this weird shit going on SmackDown where Shane and Daniel keep disagreeing with one another.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where they're leading. I mean, if it's not gonna lead to a Shane McMahon versus Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania, then what are they just
Speaking
gonna
of
be
Shane,
like?
if he doesn't wrestle, like Bryan, who's he gonna
Mhm.
wrestle?
You think he's gonna wrestle again? Like he did
Maybe
the
like
past,
put
what,
him in
2
a
years?
handicap match with Owens and Sami Zayn.
Right. Oh, okay, I could see. Can you imagine that at WrestleMania?
Right. Wasn't he in a match with AJ Styles last year?
Was it last? Yeah, it was
That
last year. Yep,
that
it was
opened
last
up
year.
the show too. I remember because it was kind of like daylight
It was
outside.
like day. Yeah.
It was a pretty decent match. I mean,
Yeah, and that's because AJ Styles. AJ Styles can work with anyone. He can make a good match with like
it
anyone
was
because he's
it
so
was
athletic.
better than most matches like that night. Like I remember that was a long WrestleMania
was, yeah.
too. It lasted till almost 12:30.
But the way this one's looking, like, it's gonna look long. I mean, this is probably gonna be another long WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
We have so many matches that are gonna be put on the card. And Roman Reigns is gonna have a big moment.
You want to do like the matches you think are gonna be besides Roman and Brock, AJ and
like a prediction of
which I hope that one's because I remember they were like on SmackDown they had John Cena and pointing to the WrestleMania sign, and I remember seeing the comments like, no, hell no, can't take.
Oh yeah.
Nah, I don't.
Yeah, they can't take that away.
No, that they do, and I was like, I don't even know if I'm gonna watch WrestleMania this year.
I don't think there's any way they take oh shit, I hit the mic. If they take that away, man, that'd be something. Oh shit, that would be a straight slap in the face to every like fan that was waiting for that match and like thought it was already cemented.
Set in stone for WrestleMania.
That's what I think.
Because you think they would? I'm pretty sure the fans would boo. Like, they would like.
You would think there'd be a title change at Fastlane. I don't think it's gonna be the WWE title, but
she might be the tag titles for sure.
Okay, yeah, I could see that. Right?
Then again,
they lose the titles.
Like, what are they doing with the Bludgeon Brothers or whatever they're called?
That's true. Yeah, they're not doing too much. I mean, they came out this week on SmackDown and just sort of stared at the Usos in the New Day.
I just can't imagine it.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. WWE, man.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're leading. I think what they're leading to is another one of those kickoff shows where it's like 4 tag teams and they're all in the corners.
And like maybe the SmackDown after Mania, the Authors of Pain make their debut, feud with the Usos. I could see that.
Yeah, I could see that. That'd be kind of cool.
Because I feel like
Heavy Machinery, is it?
Oh, I'm mistaking them for the other ones that just got signed. Is it War Machine?
War Machine.
I don't know why I said Heavy Machine.
Is it? Wait, but I don't even know who's who anymore. I'm lost.
War Machine. I feel like they're gonna be the next
War Machine.
Like team to like dethrone these guys. And I feel like Sanity's gonna go to Raw. Authors of Pain are gonna go to SmackDown. Unless they send them both to Raw, but I feel like one should go to SmackDown just to help the tag team division, because the Revival, man.
And then one day on Raw, you're gonna see Paige just all of a sudden leave. They're gonna release Paige, and Nikki Cross is gonna take her spot like nothing happened. Mm-hmm. I'm just messing around, but that'd be funny.
What about the iconic duo? They've been long overdue, like Ty Dillinger for a long time.
I think for sure, since they're Australian, they're gonna be at that 100,000 seat show in Australia because they have to bring up some Australian superstars to build up. What's keeping them back? I don't know what it is.
I don't know. Man.
I don't know. I feel like they want to come up together. What if it's like they want to come up together and they don't want anything else, but like they're ready for Peyton Royce? Because I feel like Peyton Royce is the more over one, but Billie Kay isn't exactly as over. But
yeah.
You know, I don't know. She's kind of like the Marty Jannetty of Shawn Michaels.
Pretty much.
So, I don't know what they're going to...
Is Roderick
I just feel like they got to be brought up.
205 Live?
Yeah, he's on 205. He's actually going to the next round. He won.
What about Pete Dunne?
Pete Dunne, he's not on 205, but he's still on the UK stuff.
He's really good.
Yeah, Pete Dunne's really good, man. I don't know what they're...
Him and Tyler Bate, they always have good matches.
Yeah, they do, yeah.
I wonder if they're friends in real life, him and Tyler Bate.
I feel like they are, I'm sure. For them to have such a good match like that, I'm pretty sure they have a connection.
I just feel bad for Tyler Bate because he's always losing.
Yeah, that was new to me when you said that last week. I wasn't kind of keeping up with him, so I didn't know.
Yeah.
He was like a jobber now. I was like, holy crap, this dude's like, he was good.
Yeah, he's good for like, he's like almost our age too. It's like, dang, the dude, but yet like they still book him to lose.
Yeah.
What about Drew Gulak?
Drew Gulak. I don't know.
I remember seeing that match with him and Tony Nese. I was like, whoa. She hit him hard too.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
You don't miss the Enzo era of 205 Live?
Oh, I don't. Not at all.
That was horrible, dude.
That was weird.
The
Enzo Amore era.
The
Enzo train. The Zoe show. Man, that was terrible.
That was like, it made me not want to watch anymore. I was like, wow.
Yeah, you know, anywhere Enzo went, it was kind of like bad for WWE. Like he was on the main roster and he was doing that weird thing with Big Cass, and then
They were
went to
good when they
205
first
Live.
came up, but like I don't know what happened. Is like
Yeah, they were.
because they were so over with the crowd, and then they got booked
But
really bad.
and then once those rumors started coming out that Enzo was kicked off the bus by Roman Reigns, and that he was like, that he was.
I heard he ended up
just so
denying it,
talking.
like too. He's like, "How are they gonna kick me off the bus, like, in the middle of nowhere, like,
Yeah.
because I think he was in an interview or something."
Yeah, I think this was on WWE Network where he talked to Corey Graves or something.
Out of all people,
Yeah.
because I heard they didn't really like each other.
They don't. Yeah, they
They
don't
had
like
a
each
Twitter
other.
war, unless it was at work.
I
But
had-
I don't know. I don't think it was. Like,
yeah, I don't know. I haven't watched that, but I did see the preview where he mentioned that, like, he was talking to Corey Graves about how that was a lie or something.
Enzo was good on the
Uh,
mic, though. That's one thing. He was.
That was the one thing he had, was like he was charismatic and
Yeah, he can
whatnot.
really cut a promo, but like his character
Mhm.
overall, which wasn't. After they broke up him and Cass, it was like, I don't.
Yeah, because Cass was the big guy. He was kind of the wrestler, and Enzo was just the guy that talked him up.
I feel like speaking of Cass, I feel like he's gonna come back, maybe at WrestleMania and win the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
You think that could make sense? I could see that.
Yeah, he's a
What,
big
what do
dude.
you think about the whole rumors though about Goldberg winning?
Goldberg winning?
Have you won that? No, it's like a real rumor. This is like you haven't heard this yet.
He's all, damn, who's next? Nah.
Yeah.
It's gonna.
You're all next.
Right. He gets eliminated.
Right.
He gets to get eliminated by Mojo Rawley.
Oh crap. Like Rob Gronkowski. Who's next? Andre the Giant, you're next.
He spears Rob Gronkowski.
Oh crap.
Damn.
I
I feel like Big Cash should be the one to come back and win it.
I could see that. I just don't know what this whole deal with this like speculation of Goldberg win. They say it's for the documentary,
Mhm.
that Andre the Giant thing that's coming out. But why? Like, did Goldberg have a connection with Andre the Giant? Like, I don't think he did. I don't know. Goldberg didn't even.
Hulk Hogan's
know.
gonna come back and win it.
Hulk Hogan's gonna.
Who won it
Yeah,
the first? Was it Cesaro? I think it was Cesaro, right?
It was Cesaro.
He picked up the
WrestleMania
Big
30.
Show.
Yeah.
One of the best
And that-
WrestleManias
that-
ever.
That was a good start to the Andre the Giant. I think that kind of like, seeing Cesaro win, that was kind of cool. But then the next year, who won? Was it the Big Show?
I think it was the Big Show, yeah.
The Big Show, yeah.
And then
And
was
then-
it?
You just Baron Corbin,
Yeah, Baron Corbin. And then
And
Mojo Rawley.
and then Mojo Rawley, yeah. And it's just on that. I don't know, man. What if they don't even do it this year?
True.
They might not.
They're
Actually
gonna have
do
a
it this
big
year, but-
kickoff show for sure.
What the hell am I talking about? They're gonna do this year. They have the Andre the Giant documentary coming out. I'm pretty positive they're gonna do it this year.
Mm-hmm.
But isn't it funny how, like, leading up to it, they always have everyone come out, or like not everyone, but they have people randomly come out and be like, "I'm announcing myself into the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle."
Just like they have the Dusty Rhodes Classic, like they pay tribute to all these guys.
Yeah.
Surprised, like in the cruiserweight, they didn't like pay tribute to guys like Eddie Guerrero and stuff.
Yeah.
Because Eddie Guerrero was
that's
a
true.
cruiserweight, right?
He was. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure a
Yeah,
lot
he
of
was
those
a
guys
cruiserweight
looked
in
up to
WCW
him, you know.
though.
Like
Yep.
Kalisto, I think Kalisto did, right?
Mhm.
Maybe that should be like a match, like Kalisto and Rey Mysterio.
Kalisto and Rey Mysterio.
You
You
think?
think Rey Mysterio goes to the cruiserweight division?
Maybe just like to put over guys like. I think he would have a good match because he still has it. Like he can still move. Ray's always been
Mhm.
like he's always been a cool like high flyer. Like even with bigger guys, always like he's always had a good match with like some of the big guys. Like he was always.
Yeah.
You could tell he was he was good at getting big guys to the ground. Like I don't know if you
Yeah.
ever noticed that. Like Ray was always.
Yeah. No, he did. He had good matches like with Undertaker and stuff,
Mhm.
and
Nah,
even
I don't
Big
know
Show.
about Batista. That movie star Batista.
You're supposed to be my friend.
Oh yeah.
I saw him recently. Actually, I actually got to watch Rey Mysterio the day before, or not the day before, like the week before he returned at the Royal Rumble. So I saw him live and in person at what was it?
Who, Rey Mysterio?
I forget where I was. Yeah, he was there wrestling with Guerrero,
Really?
and they had Vicky Guerrero there too. So they had a good match, and he still has it. He can still perform well. So I could see him. You know, if he goes to the cruiserweight class, I mean the cruiserweight classic. If he goes to 205 live, he could definitely add some more interest in there.
What
I
about
think that's kind of what they
Woken
need.
Matt Hardy? When's Jeff coming back?
When Brother Nero, or just Jeff, right? I see Jeff. delete.
Yeah. How does he do it?
Dude, that's the laugh man. I'm not on board with the laugh.
I feel like
that
everyone's
much.
bored with him and Bray Wyatt's feud.
They are, man, but
They're not
they're
doing
not
anything
giving
with
them.
Bray Wyatt. Like they would.
The problem is they're not doing anything new with them. It's every week they come out and they have a weird promo where it's mostly just them laughing at each other.
They should have like
doing
him
some
feud
weird
with Goldust or something. Imagine Goldust and the Velveteen Dream.
Yeah, I could see that. The Goldust gonna put up to that young up and coming.
Dream of Lavender.
All right, save my name.
Was he? What else could he like? How would he say the Velveteen Dream? It was like this. He could say so. Like he's really good with like using that character, I guess. But like,
Yeah, he really is.
how's this song go? It's like a piano solo or something.
I don't even remember. I don't remember how the song goes. The Velveteen Dream.
What about EC3?
EC3? EC3 is gonna be a jobber. No, I'm just kidding.
Nah,
I don't know.
I feel like they're gonna
hopefully
push
not.
him like maybe him
In
and
NXT, yeah,
Andrade.
for sure. Yeah, I could see that. I
I
just
just
I'm
hope
afraid that once he
Andrade
goes
don't
to
go
the
to
main
the
roster.
cruiserweight division. Like
Oh, right. How much? I don't think he would. He looks
it's
kind of
weird
like he's
because
a.
like it would be weird to have like a former NXT champ go like, oh send him to cruiserweights.
Yeah, I mean, well, Neville was, right? Wasn't he?
Yeah, but then like they
He was,
weren't
like,
doing
the first
anything with
one.
him, so it just might as well.
Yeah, and he stole the show on 205. Like he really helped the show, but
If they
I
would have
actually
bring
heard
him
rumors
back,
about
oh my
that.
god.
Yeah, I heard that Neville might. Well, I mean, this comes out every few weeks that they say Neville's gonna return or something, but
Maybe
I
he's
don't
actually
know.
taking time off or something.
Maybe.
Unless he
But
actually
they,
legit quit.
but they never like he still hasn't taken other bookings that I know of, and they still haven't released that Best of Future Endeavors or whatever, and apparently they froze his contract. So
Might be like
yeah,
out for. Because sometimes they'll be like, oh, those rumors aren't true. Like, I'm still with WWE. Like,
yeah.
some people take things out of context and make people think, like, oh, they left it on bad terms with them. Like Austin
Mhm.
Aries, he left it on good
Oh
terms
yeah,
with them.
yeah. And everyone thought he left for like because he was upset or something, but he came out on a podcast and he was talking about how he's just released. They didn't need him, and I don't know. He made it sound like it was all fine and dandy, but
Johnny Gargano, you think he's gonna be on 205?
I don't know. I don't. I think when it comes to the main roster, they might put him on 205,
But I
but
feel like if he's on the main roster, they're just gonna make him a jobber or something. Like he's
yeah,
gonna get like the
that's
Evan
what I'm
Bourne
afraid of.
push on the main roster.
Yeah, I could see that.
Because if they were to get Neville, Evan Bourne,
Right.
maybe Ray,
I was thinking about this the
or
other day. What is
Ricochet.
Johnny Gargano's? What is his gimmick? Like, what is he?
I don't know.
He's just Johnny wrestling, right? Yeah, he wrestling.
It's like a baby face, I guess.
Yeah. So I'm not too sure. But I was gonna say that I think they're doing that whole thing like with Johnny Gargano. He's done with NXT. I don't think he's done. I think he's gonna come back one more time. He's gonna have a match at Takeover
Oh,
New
yeah, I forgot
Orleans
about
against
Tommaso.
Tommaso Ciampa.
When he hit him with
Yeah.
the freaking crutch in the back.
Yeah. So like I feel like they still got a match in them at New Orleans Takeover maybe. Maybe William Regal signs him for one day only or something. So,
Hmm. Unless he gets a match with the Velveteen Dream.
all right. Who's gonna fight the Velveteen Dream?
His
Say his name. Say his name.
That was pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
What if I heard Andrade, Cien Almas versus Aleister Black at NXT Takeover.
Yeah, that's another one. I can see that. That's gonna be a great match.
That's
Dude.
gonna be a
really good match.
special Showstopper show. NXT
It
Takeover.
will. Yeah. Yeah, we'll have a special. Yeah, we gotta have that Takeover
That's
review.
gonna be a special. We're gonna like probably do it after, right?
Yeah, it'll be a little later, cause I think it ends around like 9:30 or 10 or something.
For sure, yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be cool.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what else is going down on NXT right now. I haven't been watching too much NXT.
Same. I haven't been watching any wrestling like lately, but I kind of like have the internet,
Try
so
to catch up.
I just kind of see the results and watch it on YouTube. So I'm up to date with most things, and have Jake here keeping me on track.
I remember when I used to go on YouTube and like when I used to like I couldn't watch Raw or anything, I would go on YouTube and look at stuff, and I'd always see stupid matches. Like I wouldn't even click on the video because it'd be like, you know, it'd be like Mark Henry and the Big Show versus the Wyatt family or something.
Yeah.
I bet that's how you feel about like when you see Titus Worldwide versus Cesaro and Sheamus again.
I can't stand it. It's like Breezango. I can't.
Yeah.
I just can't.
The backstage segment of the Fashion Police.
I just can't, Jake. It's just
every time I think of like those kind of like cringy like WWE segments, I always think like, imagine somebody who's never seen WWE before and it's like their first time. They can get hooked to the show, you know, this is an opportunity for them to catch their audience, and they tune in at the worst time and it's like the Fashion Police or like some terrible segment.
I feel like if they were to bring like a lot of these guys that are so talented, like you know, have them, don't limit their moveset, like give them good storylines, let them have 5-star matches at least, you know, a lot.
Yeah.
Then yeah, their audience would like skyrocket. But obviously it's really out of everyone's control. Just Vince usually has the last say.
Yep, I can see that. Apparently the whole draft, or not draft, the whole brand split thing, not brand split, what the hell, what is it called? Shake-up?
Superstar shake-up.
The Superstar shake-up. Yeah.
It's time to
apparently
shake
that's
things
gonna
up
be
around here.
yeah. Apparently that's gonna be on Backlash, the first pay-per-view. I think I said that last week. I don't know if I did, but that's gonna be on Backlash.
They're gonna have it there.
Yeah. So I'm not sure how exciting that's gonna be, but that'd be kind of, because
I thought they were send all the jobbers from Raw to SmackDown and all the mean guys.
Right. Do you remember the shake-up where like everyone was pissed on Twitter and stuff because Raw got all the good superstars, and people were like, no, wait, just wait till SmackDown. Everyone's gonna get their superstar.
No, hell no.
And then they didn't really get shit.
Just got Kevin. I mean, that was good, but damn, it was like, it wasn't much.
It was Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens.
And then you got the free agent who's not gonna.
The free agent John Cena. That was some weird booking right there.
I feel like he should have stayed on SmackDown, to be honest with you. Like,
yeah, I completely forgot he was a free agent until he came out like last week and was like, I'm going to SmackDown. I was like, oh shit, yeah, I forgot.
Didn't he beat AJ Styles?
He did. He beat him clean. Yeah. Some people were upset about that. They were like, oh, it's our champion. He beat him clean.
But I just can tell that just shows he's not going to win at Fastlane.
Very true, yeah. That's true.
AJ Styles is going to win. He better win. I'm going to be mad.
Like you said, Baron Corbin.
That dream match of him and Shinsuke.
So who's in it? It's Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Dolph Ziggler, Baron Corbin, AJ Styles, and John Cena. So it's 6 men. It's just like an elimination chamber without the chamber.
Yep.
And
it's basically
it's not
John
elimination,
Cena's road. They're basically building
right.
it to where he just loses, and then he's gonna finally be like, maybe before he says, "Oh, I'm not going to WrestleMania," and then he maybe.
I don't remember the last time he won.
True, yeah. AJ Styles.
I think like you said, they're building it up. Yeah, wait, good fucking point. I didn't think about that, but like before, yeah, true. But I imagine I agree though. They're just, what they're doing with Cena is they're having him lose.
Started with the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, he's losing all these big matches.
Then it was Elimination Chamber, and then with this match, he's gonna be like, oh, I can't keep up with these youngsters, man.
Right. Like he's that old.
They see me.
Dang, Ric Flair was wrestling, man, like forever, and still performing at high matches. And I'm surprised he only had 17 championships.
Even Taker,
that's
man.
A lot.
Taker.
Oh yeah, Taker, man.
A lot of these generations, guys, man, like Goldust. He's up in age.
Oh yeah, Goldust is underrated, man. Goldust has been there a while.
But I feel like eventually they're getting it to that point to where, like, you know, a lot of these guys they've been relying on, they're getting up in age, man. That's why like Triple H is building this NXT, and it's sad because sometimes a lot of these guys become afterthoughts. Like they were so over in NXT, and then when they get moved up, it's still there for a little bit, but then like as maybe a month or so goes by, that you can tell like they're not getting the recognition that they got in NXT, and I've heard Triple H isn't like happy about that, you know. He built these guys up, and then for Vince to get his hands on them, and it's like with Apollo Crews, you know, he was good.
Yeah.
He had some 5-star matches, but then now he's with Titus O'Neil, which is the worst thing ever.
The thing that shocked me about Apollo Crews, they brought him up very fast. Like, he was in NXT for a little bit, but he didn't get like any really
he just became a jobber.
NXT championship. Yeah, he just went straight. They kind of like just like, we need a jobber, you know. Damn it, we need a jobber.
We need more.
And they
jobbers,
threw up.
Damn it. We used to joke about that, like we need more jobbers, and then it was actually always true.
Send up the NXT guys,
right? Just so I can make my Roman Reigns look strong. Yeah.
Another thing I was gonna say. When you're saying like, you know, how the stars of NXT come up to the main roster and stuff. In sort of a devil's advocate way of like Vince McMahon, I don't like support the whole idea, but like they say Vince like doesn't watch New Japan, you know, he doesn't watch ROH, he doesn't watch anything outside of the WWE. Like his eyes are only focused on WWE. So like when superstars like Shinsuke and Finn Balor and you know, AJ Styles and just like all these names that have been wrestling around the world, when they come to Vince, apparently like it's like just fresh start, you know, for all of them. He doesn't see them as these talents that are huge around the world. He just, you know, brings them in, and if they impress him, then, you know, he kind of, and not only if they impress him, but he says that if he's over with the crowd, if the person gets over with the crowd, if the crowd likes him, that he'll put him more, you know, over. But it's not just if they cheer him, it's like if they're bringing in money, like if they're buying their merchandise and stuff.
That's why they probably have AJ Styles like relevant and have him. They have the title on him. It's because he's over with the crowd, and he's probably selling a lot of merchandise, and he does.
But you would think
huge favor.
You would think there's like a little bit of an argument though that Rusev Day. I mean, he was selling a lot of Rusev Day shirts, right? And he's getting cheered by the crowd. He came out on SmackDown. He looked kind of upset, like, and then you had Lana tweeting. I don't know if this helps his case at all, because Lana came out and tweeted like, "My husband Rusev is over, and he should be like, kind of like in a way saying he should be pushed." So I don't think that's gonna help him at all. But
Lana, keep your mouth shut, please.
Yeah, because I don't think that's gonna help. But
I remember watching like reactions. This one guy on YouTube, I was watching his live reactions to the Royal Rumble, and then like when Rusev first came out, he's like, "Wait, what? When did he get a singer?" Like whenever Aiden English was singing, like I guess because he doesn't keep up with it. So it's funny to see people come back to like, "Wait, damn, when did all that happen?"
Yeah, those part-time audience members
only come back for like the main pay-per-views. And I was very impressed with this Royal Rumble.
This Royal Rumble was good, yeah.
Despite
this Royal Rumble,
the Brock Lesnar match, I didn't like.
Yeah, that was kind of a match that we weren't even focused on. I think we were on our phones actually, to be honest.
And it was.
We were at our
phones.
Bad
for Rollins match after, like no one, the crowd was just dead. Like she just had an epic Royal Rumble match, and then to put this match right on after, it was like. It's pretty bad.
Yeah, I noticed WWE does that a lot though, especially like at WrestleMania. They'll have big matches because Vince likes the wave. He likes when there's a huge match, the crowd's over with it, and then there's a jobber match. Yeah. And then they'll have like another big match, so they kind of, you know, the audience can calm down, relax, and then all of a sudden a huge pop, and then calm down, relax.
Like when Taker, he lost his streak. I remember they put the women's match right after.
Yeah.
The crowd was just
dead. AJ Lee.
You got some.
She like defended against 12.
Was just still like in disbelief of what just happened.
Yeah.
They couldn't believe the Undertaker actually. I remember we were watching it. We were like, "What? What the hell?" That was huge.
Yeah. Dude, I can't believe that was still the same WrestleMania.
We thought that was a mistake. I remember.
Yeah.
That was one of the most like I feel like it was at the time. Most people were like, "No, that was dumb for them to do that." But I feel like it's good because like, when have you ever had like a WrestleMania like that? It's like
True.
shock people, like, because we even said, "Nah, Lesnar's not gonna win," and then he freaking won.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't really build that match up too to be like that great. You thought like Undertaker's just gonna
I
win
remember he
this clean
suffered
and
a
stuff.
concussion during the match, Undertaker.
Yeah, they said he fell
Brock
back,
had
fell
to
down.
like kind of like carry the match, carry the rest of the match.
Yeah, yeah,
And then
that was pretty
he
insane.
had to give him like 3 F5s on top of that.
Yep,
A third
they won't do that today.
to the Undertaker. And then who did Undertaker
Yeah.
face after? The next wrestler was it Bray Wyatt?
Oh yeah, nobody remembers that one, right?
Mhm.
That was just like,
It was a cool like build up, like, cause like we were
yeah.
always
Yeah.
wondering like, damn, like how would that be? And then Bray was just cutting promos like,
Yeah, it was
and
funny. He
there
was coming
rumors,
out every night.
he's calling out the Undertaker, and then when I forgot what happened, he came out of the casket or something, issued a challenge to the.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was pretty cool.
That was a pretty good setup.
We can
But
talk
yeah,
about
I mean-
wrestling all day.
We honestly could.
That's why
We can go on.
because that's why it was his idea to do this show, because we're always talking about wrestling. And it's just,
Yeah,
we can talk about
we've
it
kind of
for
talked about
days.
this before.
Mhm.
We've said like we should start a show, but like we just never kind of did. So finally took initiation, and we've already been going on for an hour and 15 minutes over here.
Like, if we were to have anybody else on here that doesn't watch wrestling, it'd be kind of like weird. No offense to our friends.
Yeah. It does make sense though.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to throw you guys off. I feel like we might upset somebody if we say something wrong. I feel like the wrestling fans are kind of a little aggressive sometimes.
Yeah.
You say
sure.
one wrong fact and they're like, "Oh, you said it wrong," or
As wrestling fans, we can be kind of picky sometimes with our booking,
this is true. Yeah, this is very true.
and we kind of have a right to be picky because it's the way stuff's been these past few years.
Well, how did Triple H say it one time? He came out like this back in CM Punk era, and he was like, "I'm upset about what happened. I'm gonna go tweet about it,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna tell my friend Mark."
Maybe I'll
pretty
stop
funny.
watching.
Yeah, and maybe I'll even stop watching.
That's funny. When
Yeah,
he
that's
was
pretty
like the authority.
I
Are they
hated that
still
man.
kind of the authority?
They kind of are in a way. They just don't call him the authority.
Mm-hmm. But like, they always
Um,
had good storylines with them.
Yeah, they did. I don't know if I'm gonna get close to wrapping up the show soon. I don't know if there's anything else we want to go into before I do. I don't think. Do you have anything in mind?
No.
Nothing, right?
Yeah, I feel like we've covered everything, and I look forward
we
to
don't- we
doing
don't have
this
to go-
again, like
Yeah.
down the line.
We don't have to go through Fastlane because that's next week. We'll wait next week for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, let me go ahead and try to do this. If I can set this up right, I usually have like some outro music, but can it be heard? Can it be heard? I don't think it's working. Again, I can't. Oh wait, here it is. Okay, all right, guys. Well, thanks for tuning in today for the World Wrestling Show. This is Saturday's Showstopper, where we talk news, rumors, and WWE. We're trying to evolve into more wrestling, but at the moment, this is only specifically WWE content because, that's where our main focus is, and we don't have too much time on our hands to do the show. But the main focus is on WWE. But anyways, guys, I'm going to go through schedule. Monday, you can find me here for Monday Night Raw review right after Raw. You can find me after SmackDown for Tuesday night, right after SmackDown. What else is there? Saturday, of course, we'll be here for Showstoppers. This is where you can find us. Like I said, news, rumors, and predictions.
I'll try to be here as much as I can for you guys.
Yeah. And days that Nate might not be able to make it, I'll still be here, guys. Sunday, occasionally when there's a pay-per-view, I'll be here doing a pay-per-view review. Like Nate said earlier, on Saturdays, if there's like an NXT takeover, we might change up the show a little bit. We still got to talk about how we're going to do that, but we'll have NXT takeover sort of like review on that day. That's about it for us. Thanks for watching, guys. Let us know what we need to do to improve the show. And if you have any suggestions, guys, feel free to comment below if you're watching this later. Thanks for watching, guys. This is us signing off. We'll see you guys next time.
See ya.